Have you ever wondered what's silently draining your strength every single day, not from illness, not from aging, but from something you believe is actually protecting your health? Most of us start our mornings with a daily vitamin. It feels like a ritual, a symbol of self-care. But sometimes, the most familiar habits are the ones that catch us off guard. After the age of 60, subtle changes begin to unfold in the body. Your steps feel heavier, your hands less steady, and gradually, once simple tasks like getting up, turning around, or just maintaining balance become increasingly difficult. Many assume, I'm just getting old. That's normal. But science is starting to reveal that's not always the case. There's a condition called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength over time. It doesn't announce itself loudly, but its consequences are deeply felt. And the most shocking part, some of the most common vitamins once found in medicine cabinets across America may actually be accelerating this process. We take these vitamins thinking they're helping us live longer, but in some cases, these so-called lifesavers are quietly undermining our muscles, weakening our mobility, and impacting not just our physical ability but also our emotional independence. Because when someone loses their ability to walk confidently, they don't just lose movement, they lose trust in themselves. They begin to worry more. They start to feel like a burden. Muscle strength and mental well-being are more closely connected than we think. But here's the good news. You can do something about it. And you don't need complex treatments or expensive supplements. Just the right knowledge, smarter nutrition choices, and a few daily changes that make a real difference. Today, I'll share the hidden truth about vitamins, what we've been told, what science says now, and how to protect your muscles, maintain your freedom, and stay active well into your senior years. If you find this topic helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss out on our science-backed health tips. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, type 1 in the comments below. If it didn't quite hit the mark, just type 0 and tell me why. Your feedback helps me serve you better. 1. But what if the real threat to your strength isn't hidden in your joints, your diet, or even your age, but quietly building up in something you take every day, thinking it's keeping you young? Let's talk about vitamin A, nutrient that's been praised for decades as essential for clear vision, glowing skin, and a resilient immune system. For many older adults, it's part of their daily routine, right up there with brushing their teeth. But beneath its golden reputation lies a truth few people know. Too much vitamin A, especially from supplements, may be quietly breaking down your muscles after 60. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that are flushed out when taken in excess, vitamin A is fat-soluble, meaning it gets stored in your liver. If you're taking a multivitamin, eating fortified foods, and perhaps even using supplements made from liver extract all at the same time, those levels can build up dangerously without you even realizing it. Now here's where things get concerning. Research has shown that excess vitamin A is linked to muscle wasting, decreased bone density, and a significantly higher risk of hip fractures in older adults. And the numbers don't lie. Many over-the-counter supplements contain double or triple the recommended daily intake of 700 to 900 micrograms for adults. The result? A body out of balance. Muscles begin to break down faster than they can rebuild. Recovery from activity slows. Simple movements, standing up, lifting groceries, walking upstairs, start to feel heavier. Not because you're lazy, not because you're old, but because the very supplement you thought was helping might be working against you. What's worse is how quietly this happens. There's no headline moment, no sudden alarm. It's subtle months, sometimes years of small declines that steal your independence piece by piece. And by the time it feels serious, much damage may already be done. That's why your awareness now is your greatest protection. If you're doing everything right, eating healthy, exercising, taking your vitamins but still feeling weak or drained, it might be time to ask, could hidden vitamin A overload be part of the problem? Physically, this kind of decline creates a ripple effect, but it doesn't stop at the muscles. As strength fades, confidence often follows. A person who once felt capable begins to doubt their balance, their stability, even their sense of self. That emotional toll, anxiety, isolation, loss of motivation, deepen the physical decline. The body and mind are not separate in this journey. They age together and they heal together. So what can you do? Start with awareness. Take a careful look at your supplement labels, especially if you're using multivitamins or liver-based products. Don't assume that more is better. In fact, after 60, less is often more. Your body becomes more sensitive to excess. Choose foods rich in beta-carotene like carrots or sweet potatoes, where your body can convert only what it needs into vitamin A. Hydrate well, stay active, and focus on muscle-preserving habits like regular strength movements and quality protein. And finally, know this, you are not powerless. Just because something was once considered healthy doesn't mean it's healthy for you right now. The science evolves. So should your habits. In just a moment, we'll look at another surprising twist. What if the very antioxidant you were told would keep you young forever is actually speeding up aging? You won't believe what we're about to reveal about vitamin E. But before we continue, if this video is making you think differently, go ahead and type YES in the comments below. And if you've ever taken vitamin A regularly, Share your experience. I read every story, and they help others more than you know. 2. If vitamin A can quietly chip away at your physical strength, what about the antioxidant that's been celebrated for decades as your secret to staying young? Could that be silently working against you too? Let's talk about vitamin E, praised as a golden anti-aging ally. It's seen as a shield against cell damage, a protector of the heart, and for many older adults, a daily ritual. The logic sounds comforting. If oxidation damages cells, then antioxidants like vitamin E must be the cure. But as with many things in biology, the truth is more nuanced. Yes, antioxidants help neutralize free radicals. But here's what most people don't realize. Your muscles actually need a bit of oxidative stress, that tiny push that happens when you exercise or move with intensity. This controlled stress is what signals your body to rebuild and grow stronger. Without it, the message gets lost. And when you flood your system with high doses of vitamin E, especially synthetic forms, over 400 IU per day, you can suppress that natural signal. Over time, your body stops responding with muscle repair. You may feel slower, weaker, less stable, even when your diet and activity look healthy on the surface. This is especially important after age 60, when muscle regeneration is already slowing down. If you add something that blocks the body's limited ability to recover, like excess antioxidants, you may unintentionally speed up decline. I've seen older patients who took high-dose vitamin E out of good intentions, only to find themselves constantly fatigued, struggling to bounce back after walks, and losing muscle tone even when their activity stayed the same. And the impact isn't just physical. When the body can't keep up, the mind often starts to doubt. Fatigue blurs into frustration. A missed step turns into fear of falling. Slowly, emotional resilience starts to mirror the physical. This is the hidden danger. When you lose confidence in your body, you begin to withdraw from life itself. Even more concerning is how vitamin E can interfere with medications. It has blood-thinning properties which can increase the risk of bleeding. If you're on anticoagulants or heart medications, combine that with limited mobility or poor nutrition, and the muscle-related effects become even more pronounced. Now, don't get me wrong, vitamin E isn't the villain. It's still essential. But it's not about removing it, it's about rethinking it. Choose food-based sources whenever possible, like almonds, sunflower seeds, and spinach. These provide balanced levels the body can regulate naturally. And if you do take supplements, avoid megadoses unless directed by a doctor who understands your specific needs. Because in the end, more isn't always better. Better is better. Especially as we age, when small missteps can lead to larger consequences. Knowledge becomes our greatest tool. And if vitamin E can subtly weaken your body's ability to heal, what about the vitamin most seniors are told they must take, the so-called sunshine vitamin? What if that, too, has a side you haven't been told? In the next section, we'll take a closer look at vitamin D, a trusted nutrient that may be more misunderstood than you think. Before we move on, if you've ever taken vitamin E supplements, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any changes in energy or recovery? Drop your experience in the comments. And if this video is making you think differently about your supplement routine, hit the like button and subscribe. You're just getting started. 3. Vitamin E can quietly interfere with how your body recovers. What happens when the very vitamin prescribed to protect your bones starts working against your muscles instead? Let's take a closer look at vitamin D, commonly referred to as the sunshine vitamin. It's everywhere in senior health discussions, praised for supporting bone strength, boosting immunity, and even elevating mood. Vitamin D is one of the most frequently recommended supplements for adults over 60, especially those who spend less time outdoors. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Too much vitamin D, taken without proper monitoring, can do more harm than good. Most seniors don't realize that while vitamin D is essential, overdosing on it can silently undermine muscle strength and energy over time. The issue lies in how vitamin D regulates calcium. In proper amounts, it helps your intestines absorb calcium from food, keeping your bones dense and strong. But in excess, especially doses exceeding 2,000 to 5,000 IU daily for prolonged periods, vitamin D can raise blood calcium levels dangerously high. This condition, called hypercalcemia, may lead calcium to deposit in soft tissues like the arteries, kidneys, and even muscle fibers. Instead of building you up, it begins to harden and restrict your body's natural flexibility. The signs are subtle at first: lingering muscle cramps, stiff joints, mental fog, unexplained fatigue. Many dismiss them as normal signs of aging, but in many cases, they're warning signs of mineral imbalance caused by vitamin D overload. Ironically, the very vitamin meant to preserve strength can, when misused, break it down slowly and silently. Is especially concerning in older adults whose tissue regeneration is already slower. When excess vitamin D interferes with the few repair mechanisms that still function well, the downward spiral can feel sudden even if it's been building for months. And as strength decreases, so does confidence. The fear of falling becomes more real. Frustration creeps in. The connection between physical imbalance and emotional instability becomes hard to ignore. But let's be clear, this doesn't mean you should avoid vitamin D. It means you need the right amount, based on your Needs. Many seniors assume that more is better and self-prescribe high doses, thinking it's harmless. But what your body needs is balance, not excess. That's why blood testing matters. Most experts recommend keeping your serum vitamin D levels between 30 to 50 nanograms per milliliter, not blindly mid-dosing. A simple blood test can show whether you're in the safe zone or whether you're well-intentioned. A habit might be backfiring, so if you've been taking high-dose vitamin D for months or even years without testing, now is the time to pause and ask, is it really helping or quietly harming? And while vitamin D often takes center stage in conversations about aging, there's another vitamin quietly targeting your energy levels. It's widely used, often assumed to be harmless, but may be draining your strength in unexpected ways. Coming up next, let's examine the surprising truth about vitamin B6 and why this energy vitamin might be doing the opposite of what you hoped. In the meantime, if this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments. Have you had your vitamin D levels tested recently? What was your experience? Let's help others learn from your story. For if vitamin D, something so widely recommended, can quietly destabilize your body, what about a vitamin that claims to boost your energy and sharpen your focus? Could that, too, be silently draining your strength? Let's talk about vitamin B6, often labeled as the natural energy vitamin. It's found in multivitamins, B-complex supplements, and even popular energy drinks. It's touted for its role in mood regulation, brain function, and nerve health. For many older adults, the idea of staying mentally alert and physically energized is understandably appealing, especially as natural energy declines with age. But here's the shocking truth that rarely gets discussed in high doses. Vitamin B6 can actually damage the very nerves it's supposed to support. And when your nerves suffer, your muscles usually follow. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that the body simply flushes out when in excess, vitamin B6, when taken in large amounts, over long periods can accumulate and cause real harm, especially to the peripheral nervous system. This can lead to a condition called sensory neuropathy, which often begins with mild symptoms: tingling in the feet, a pins and needles sensation, maybe a touch of unsteadiness. But over time it progresses to more troubling signs: burning pain, muscle weakness, loss of coordination, shaky hands, and eventually, difficulty walking. The most concerning part: many seniors don't realize the source of the problem is right there in their supplement drawer. Daily doses over 100 milligrams, sometimes taken unintentionally through stacked products, can create this slow-building toxicity. And because the symptoms mimic those of aging, arthritis, or even circulation problems, most people never suspect vitamin B6 as the culprit. I've worked with patients who spent years chasing the wrong diagnosis, only to discover that the very supplement they were taking for energy was silently unraveling their stability. And unlike some other nutrient imbalances, nerve damage from excess B6 can take a long time to heal, if it heals at all. And this doesn't just impact mobility. As physical control begins to fade, so does confidence. Anxiety about falling sets in, social activities get cancelled. A once active person becomes cautious, isolated, even depressed. The emotional weight of instability becomes just as burdensome as the physical dot. So, what should you do? Start by checking your labels. Look for the total daily amount of vitamin B6 you're consuming, especially if you're taking multiple supplements. Talk to your doctor before continuing any high-dose regimen. Ideally, prioritized food-based sources of B6, such as chickpeas, poultry, bananas, and fortified cereals, which your body can regulate more naturally, because in the end, you're nervous. The system isn't just about sensation, it's your connection to balance, to motion, and to independence. Protecting it means preserving the freedom to move confidently through the world. And while nerve damage may seem frightening, the next vitamin on our list proves that even the most innocent-sounding nutrients can work against, especially those marketed as immune boosters. Up next, let's take a closer look at vitamin C and why megadoses might not be as harmless as they seem. Before we continue, tell me in the comments, have you ever experienced tingling, numbness, or unexplained muscle weakness? And were you taking a beer complex or energy supplement at the time? Your story might help someone else catch the warning signs early. 5. If vitamin B6 can slowly unravel your nerve stability, what about a nutrient most people trust without question, one that promises immunity, glowing skin, and better recovery? Could that, too, be quietly holding your strength back? Let's talk about vitamin C, a nutrient almost everyone associates with health. From immune boosters to cold prevention and skin support, it's seen as one of the safest supplements available. For older adults, it feels like a no-brainer: easy, harmless, and protective. But few realize that high doses of vitamin C, above 1,000 milligrams per day, can quietly interfere with your body's muscle health and accelerate problems you're already vulnerable to after 61. Major concern: oxalate buildup. Excess vitamin C can increase oxalate production in the body, raising the risk of kidney stones, a painful and dangerous condition that not only impairs kidney function but can greatly limit mobility. But that's just the beginning. High levels of vitamin C can also disrupt your mineral balance, interfering with absorption of iron, magnesium, and copper. These aren't just trace elements, they're essential for oxygen delivery, nerve communication, and muscle repair. When this mineral harmony is thrown off, your muscles may feel tight, fatigued, or slow to recover even if your routines haven't changed. But perhaps the most overlooked danger is how megadoses of vitamin C can suppress your body's natural adaptation to physical stress. After exercise or exertion, your body relies on a short burst of inflammation to trigger healing and rebuilding of muscle fibers. But large amounts of antioxidants, including vitamin C, can blunt this response. The result: weaker, slow muscles and a disappointing feeling that strength is slipping. Despite your efforts to stay active for seniors trying to preserve muscle and independence, this can have devastating effects. You might think you're helping your body by protecting it, but instead, you could be blocking its ability to adapt, repair, and stay strong. That's why it's so important to reevaluate your approach. Moderation is the key. Yes, vitamin C is important, but more doesn't mean better, especially when your muscles depend on precise signals to stay resilient. Choose whole food sources like citrus fruits, bell peppers, and leafy greens. These deliver balanced amounts of vitamin C in harmony with other nutrients your body needs. Now that we've uncovered how 5 common vitamins A, D, E, B6, and C can potentially weaken your body instead of strengthening it, the real question is, what should you do now to protect your muscles and regain your vitality after 60? Here's what I recommend as a professional who's spent decades guiding older adults towards strength and freedom. Start by reviewing your supplement routine. Look closely at dosages, especially of the 5 vitamins we've discussed. Don't assume more is better. In SeniorHealth, balance is everything. Take your supplement list to your next doctor's visit and have an honest, informed conversation. A simple blood test can reveal whether you're over or under supplementing. From there, your doctor can help fine-tune your intake safely. Next, prioritize real food. Whole natural foods, leafy greens, citrus fruits, eggs, fatty fish, legumes, nuts offer complex nutrient combinations your body understands. These are far less likely to create harmful imbalances than pills or powders. Don't underestimate movement. Muscle doesn't just vanish with age, it weakens through disuse. But even light resistance training, done consistently, can rebuild strength. Chair squats, resistance bands, or water aerobics, all these can trigger positive change. Your muscles will respond at any age. Finally, let go of the belief that muscle loss is inevitable. It's not. With the right knowledge, you can stop it. You can reverse it. You don't have to live in fear of frailty, falls, or decline. What you need is clarity, intention, and a commitment to your own vitality. Because in the end, it's not about being perfect, it's about being proactive. And now that you know what to avoid, it's time to discover what to embrace. Up next, the most powerful proteins for restoring strength after 60 and how they can help you feel younger, stronger, and more alive. Starting today, if this video has opened your eyes, drop a comment below with the word ready. Let's take the next step together. Conclusion: your journey to true strength begins today. You've just completed a powerful journey, not one rooted in fear, but in awareness and control. Together we've looked deeply at 5 familiar vitamins A, E, D, B6, and C and discovered that while they're often praised as essentials for aging, when misused or taken in excess, they can quietly strip away the very things you're trying to protect: strength, balance, and independence. But here's the good news: you're no longer in the dark. You now have knowledge, you have insight, and most importantly, you have the power to shift direction. You don't need radical changes or extreme routines. What you need is presence, to read a label more carefully, asking your doctor better questions, and treating your health not as a reaction but as a practice of intention. If there's one thing you found valuable in today's video, I warmly invite you to share it in the comments. A simple takeaway, a new habit you're planning to start, or even a reflection, because your voice may be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if this video helped you in any way, consider clicking the like button, not just to support us, but to help this message reach more people who might need it. If you haven't already, subscribing to the channel and turning on the bell is a small but meaningful way to stay connected and to help us keep creating honest, empowering content for people like you. Your muscles are still listening, your body is still waiting to be guided the right way, and your life, yes, your full, vibrant, independent life is still unfolding ahead of you.